Greetings, all players. Today we're going to talk about stuff in the creation kit and naming schemes. Instance naming is what you want to go to. It's under miscellaneous, instance naming, and you want to copy one of them. Namely, if you're doing vault suits, pick that. If you're doing power armor, copy that one. You know, all that good stuff. And to give you an example here, I got a prefix, which is set on 1, because all these other paints are set as 1. I got black and white and green, and I got blue and red and inverse and painted, which is a randomized pick. Okay, so once you get your armor made, then you have to make your keywords, which go right here, right? These are usually known as the DNs down here. You don't actually have to name them DN, but you can if you want to keep track of it the same way that Creation Kit does. I just put keyword and then material. That's how I know. Um, yeah, and make sure you hit the OK button after you put the name of what you want it to be named in. This will show up as your prefix. Okay, I don't know why it's index 1000 or 10,000 or whatever. I just copied what they did and it worked. Okay, so you get your instance naming and your keywords right here, just under it, right? And they don't have to have a specific type, you know. This is the black and white, so you don't have to have a type here at all. And then notes only show up in the editor. I don't think it actually shows up in game. Okay. So once you've had the keywords assigned into the instance naming, you go into your armor and you find your instance naming right here. That's what you change to your typical one. Okay. And then your object templates should be set up with no name. Make sure you have no name, because if it says painted, it'll come up saying painted all the time. It'll always come out painted. Or, this name won't change. So if you say it's green here and then you try and change the name in game to blue, it'll always say green. So if you wanted to change his name dynamically, you leave it blank, and then when the object mod that you created to change the material, so you do a P material swap right there, PW material swap. You pick your custom material and all that stuff, and then this is the PK add keyword right there, and that adds the keyword which will tell it to name whatever the instance naming says. So for each part, you have to set it up. If you got, a full suit here, you have to go to each part and change that instance naming right there. Bam. And then object templates, it's up to you how you want it to spawn. You don't actually have to change anything in the object templates for it to show up. I just like to go in here and make a version. And yeah. But I don't think you actually have to do this for it to work. The reason why I did it is because I wanted them to spawn level list wise and use the uh, picking scheme for the level list. You know, you make a level list and use the if keyword. See the if keyword? if yellow, this will spawn yellow for this, and then this spawns on the power armor. I don't know why they have it set up twice. It could, I guess, you use the leveled one if you want to add multiple chances, and you would, yeah, this is where you change the level. So if I want to put all the different color suits in here and then change the level to it, you know, it would work like that. And the reason why you would have a level, like in my circumstance, is the um, object mods that are set up with it get stronger as you change color. See right here, the lining B, lining C, and that's set up with a different naming scheme. So it will have the power armor lining C, which will say mark something or another in the instance naming rules. So that's how you set all that up. Once you get it set up, then your items will show up in game. Your names will show up in game on your armor. Yeah, this can be done for weapons too and everything. So we're just going to give it a pause and I'll show in game that it's working. Alright, here we are in game and my quest started up to spawn in all my items on me. And I'm just going to make my power armor appear right here. See? And it says blue. See? And it's got the blue object mod on it. Yep. And that's how you do that. You can change the name with a instance naming uh, tab or whatever you call it down there. What do they call it? It's under miscellaneous. Instance naming rule. That's what they call it. Ooh. I haven't figured this thing out completely, but I will. You change the target type up here, and number for prefix seems to be 1. I guess you can put a, the 0 would have an even bigger prefix. So these are like, it would be, overdriven, yellow, T45, helmet, blank, blankety blank, blank, blank. Yeah, that's how that works. So this is another little how-to by Invoker Gray. Hope it gives you some information and a lot of these videos to remind myself how to do it myself. So future me, there you go. That's how you do that. And everybody else watching, congratulations. You're winning out on my knowledge. You're all winners. Yay, winners. Go modders. Go.